So what did you think when you got the syllabus on the first day?
Looking through the syllabus, I realized that if I did my best, even if it wasn't passable, I would still have a chance to redo it and get better with time. And that was a deciding factor for me keeping the class, because I knew that even if I didn't have time to do the assignment on time, I would have a chance to do it later and still pass the class.
That it's really refreshing and kind of helps ease any anxieties, especially for people like myself that have been out of school for a couple of years. Because I know that was a big issue before of like, okay, I'm at this percentage or this like letter grade and all like adding up all these points. And like I said, I think it's very fair and there's a lot of room, kind of like leeway to not stress yourself out. Like, oh, maybe I didn't turn in this on time, but I can do this other assignment to even it out. And I just think it's very fair. So, yeah.
It gives you something to strive for. I think that it's very easy to keep track of your grades. It's easy to look forward to what you have to do next. So if you're an ambitious student, you can always look ahead so you're not being held behind by anything. And I think that if you're on the other end and you are being held back a little bit, you know exactly what you need to catch up, and it makes it very flexible. So with your own schedule, you can do the most as any other students while you're still managing your time more efficiently and effectively.
It was my first time, and I think that it in a way forces the student to focus more on the work that needs to be done to be able to earn the grade that they want, instead of worrying about what the grade is, because by worrying about what the grade is, they are just not really focused on their studies as much as like, oh, I just want an A, I just want an A. And if you don't pass, you can try again. So it's not discouraging, it's more of like an encouragement for the students, and it works very well.
It just kind of gives me the feeling of control over my grade, rather than feeling like once I hit one bad stride, then I just end up giving up because I don't know, like I just feel like I can't get through it anymore.
Coming straight out of high school, I was very inclined to do the A, B, C, D grades because I've been doing it my whole life. And coming into college, I didn't really know what to expect from this new grading system. But overall, it has been really beneficial because it's precise, and we have a whole spreadsheet, so that's very personalized.
I appreciate the system because it allows the students flexibility. So when you turn in certain assignments, you kind of find out if you pass or don't pass, not necessarily like fail, not like meeting a certain like criteria, like as far as like a numbering system. So in that sense, you don't feel like the inadequacy of other classes where you feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm not worthy to like pass on to the next thing. You kind of just have to clean up your work and move on to the next thing, and it doesn't like really feel like it's like heavy on you. So I really appreciate that sense.
I feel like this is the best way to learn because it gives me a chance to revise myself and edit myself and go back, and I'm progressing in my writing. So these skills are gonna go further with me because every time I go back and I reread an essay or something I wrote, I see more, I develop more of my writing or my thinking, and I feel like it's really, really good skills for like my life in general, and especially in school. So I really, really like it. It's almost like you can never really fail because you have that opportunity to just keep growing, progressing, and keep revising and keep like perfecting yourself. So I love it. I really, really do. I feel like it's the best class I've ever had because of that reason.
With contract grading, I really like how when you get an assignment back, if there's a few mistakes on it, you know immediately what it is, but it doesn't take down your percentage any, it doesn't affect your grade in a way that adds up over time. If you just have a pass or not pass, you can still easily see and improve upon your writing and your work without being dragged down by the small errors. So you're still learning just the same amount, but it's not as stressful. You can easily talk with who you need to, revise, fix, turn it back in, and you feel better about yourself when you do it.
I loved it ever since the first time I opened it up. So that guide helped me visualize everything that was happening in the class, even before I came into class. So it also keeps me focused on what I have already done and what I didn't do and what's coming up as well. So certain things I could get ahead of the game and do them because I work, and as you can see, I'm a mom as well. So keeps me organized and on track. So I love it. I love it. Definitely implement it with your students.